Before we begin, I want to show you the tools and materials needed for easy installation. First, you're going to choose the standard fin boxes. There's a rail box and there's a center box. Told between the difference between the screws here. The center has one on each side. The rail box has screws on each side. We're doing a thruster today, so we'll have 2 rails and 1 center. Next is a good adhesive to adhere the jigs down on the board. This is a general purpose spray adhesive. Also, tape can be used. This is a solvent resistant 3M masking tape. The jigs come in a kit, and today we're going to be doing a 6-degree fin cant, and the angle is set by the thickness of the jig in that particular area of the jig. This is the center jigs. There's 2 of them. I'll show you how to use these a little bit later. The undercutting tool is pretty important. This particular design will be able to scribe underneath the foam to give you a channel that holds a little bit more resin that attaches to the bottom of the glass. I'll show you how to use this a little bit later as well. A squeeze bottle for resin, so you can accurately pour the resin into the slot. And we're using a Ryobi trim router. It has a standard fins bearing and router bit that will be set and route the correct depth for the installation. Lines from our fin dots. There's one on the center and one on each rail. What we're going to do is we're going to extend. I take the line. I'm going to extend it through. Here. Here. We're going to apply this onto each one of the rail templates, and also the center template that has the markings on it. Now that we have spray adhesive on the back, we're going to go ahead and apply it. There's an R with an arrow that will point to the rail. And we're going to line up the back hole, front hole with this line here. So this back hole is going to go right on top of our back fin dot. Press down, and then again we're using the center template that has the tab inserts. And this can go either way. Just as long as you line up the back fin dot and the front fin dot with the stringer and the back fin dot on the board. This template doesn't have any tab markings on it, and it will allow the router bit to guide around here without having the indentions, and will also give it its needed thickness. Temporary template that goes on top. Next, we're going to set our router bit with the rolling bearing to our template. And basically we want to look at having it split about half the distance of the thickness of the template. So as you can see there, the bearing is about half as deep as the template. And always place the router bit on surface and then slowly plunge it in. This will make sure it's nice and steady and it won't move around on you. The next important step is using the undercutting tool. The undercutting tool has a little bevel that's designed to cut up underneath the fiberglass, between the foam and the fiberglass under each box that's been. So we're going to take this tool and scribe up underneath between the foam and the layer of glass. That's going to allow resin to bond to the top of the glass, providing some strength. Notice I still have this template on top of the center one. I haven't taken it off yet. The center template, it's not needed anymore. We just needed it for the routing purpose. And we're going to install the boxes. Basically, we're going to take a long strip of tape for each box, and that's going to be placed right over the keyhole and the center tab. We're going to leave a little flap hanging over on each side. I'm going to bend this over a little bit, cover the keyhole. This is going to be placed, taped down. Okay, you're going to notice that when this box goes in, it's going to be set on an angle. So as it sets on this side, the box goes in on an angle. That sets your finning. So it's important to get the tabs all lined up. Hold it down, push your tape down. Next, it's time to fill each box with resin. I'm going to figure about 1.5 ounces of resin for each box. So I'll round it up to about 6 ounces of resin needed. And then we're also going to add white pigment. Make sure when you do your glassing schedule on your board, you put extra patches where your fins go. That way it's going to make it a lot easier to sand. Box. There's a little bevel that's designed for a screwdriver to fit underneath, and you can easily just pop the template up and it peels right off. And the same can be done for the sides, but you need to angle a little bit to get it past these tabs, or you can cut these tabs off, either way. Turned all the way in so they're not taken off with the sanding pad. If you turn, you take the board out and ride it as to sand it. To take the boxes down, you're going to want to use a super stiff sanding pad with about 60. Some use 40 grit, but it's important that this is super stiff. That way you can work the box down without having it cup over. If you have a real soft pad, it's cup over and dig into your glass. So it's important to use a stiff pad to take the boxes down. Finished. It's easily retrofitted with any twin tab FCS style fin. Basically insert it, tighten it down, and you're good to roll.